The interstellar transport shuddered as it descended into the heart of the galaxy's most fortified palace. I had been summoned for a repair job, simple enough. They said a matter of fixing the energy conduits powering the royal defense grid. The palace of the Xylarian Queen was legendary, a massive spire of crystal and metal, pulsating with alien light. And yet, as I approached, I could not shake the sense of being watched, measured, and judged. I had seen many alien civilizations in my line of work, but none as imposing as this. The guards, tall, silver-skinned, with eyes like molten gold, stood motionless, their hands resting on weapons that looked more ceremonial than practical. Yet, their presence alone was enough to make me uneasy. I crossed the threshold of the palace hall, feeling the hum of alien energy beneath my feet. The air was thick with an electric charge, and the architecture seemed alive, reacting subtly to my movements. A figure appeared at the end of the corridor, her presence commanding, radiant, terrifying. The Xylarian Queen herself. She was taller than any human, her form elegant but armored, glinting in the low light. Her eyes, emerald and infinite, fixed on me with an intensity one had never experienced. There was no warmth, no invitation, only the cold gravity of authority. She did not speak immediately. Instead, she walked toward me, each step measured, deliberate. Finally, she stopped a mere 2 meters away. "You are the human," she said, her voice low but resonant, vibrating through the chamber. "The one they sent to repair the conduits." Her gaze pierced me. "Do you understand what is at stake here?" I swallowed, feeling my pulse quicken. "Yes, Your Majesty. I will do my best." She nodded once. "Good. Follow me." We moved through twisting hallways, corridors lined with intricate patterns of light and energy. My heart pounded not from fear alone, but from the undeniable tension of being in the presence of one of the galaxy's most powerful beings. Finally, she stopped in front of a door that shimmered faintly. She reached out, and with a motion I could not resist, it clicked shut behind me. I turned. "Your Majesty." "There." She raised a hand. "The door is locked. You will stay in my room tonight, human." I froze, disbelief and panic clawing at my chest. I wasn't expecting. She stepped closer, her presence filling the space until it seemed there was no room for air. Expectations are irrelevant. What matters is compliance. I had faced hostile alien environments, treacherous energy storms, even riots on distant mining colonies, but nothing prepared me for the electric charge in her words. And yet, beneath her command, there was something else, a strange, almost imperceptible undercurrent of intent, something that made my blood run cold and hot at the same time. "Why yes, Your Majesty," I stammered. She tilted her head slightly, as though considering my obedience. "Do you understand why you are here?" "I repair the conduits," I said, cautious. Her lips curved into the faintest smile, a sliver of something I could not name. "Yes. But that is only part of it. Tonight, you will witness the truth of my court, human. You will see what others fear to observe. And perhaps, you will understand why I command." I nodded, though my stomach churned. She gestured, and the room shimmered with energy fields, holographic maps, and control panels of alien design. The conduits were a complex network of energy, pulsating like a living organism. My training kicked in. I approached, tools in hand, and began the delicate work of repairing the nodes. Hours passed, and as I worked, I felt her presence constantly behind me, watching, measuring, calculating. I dared not speak unless spoken to, though every so often, her eyes would meet mine, and I would feel a weight pressing into my chest. At some point, I noticed a strange device, a crystalline panel that pulsed with a soft, violet light. It seemed to hum in synchronization with her energy. "Your Majesty, this panel," I began. She stepped beside me silently. That is the heart of the palace's defense. Without it, the conduits are meaningless. Her fingers hovered above the panel, and I swear it trembled at her touch. Touch it if you dare. I hesitated. The consequences of misstep in a palace like this could be deadly. But necessity prevailed. I reached out, and as my hands grazed the surface, a rush of energy surged through me. Images, memories, and visions cascaded into my mind, glimpses of battles, of alliances, of the very history of her reign. The room spun, but I held on, feeling a connection I could not understand. When it ended, she looked at me intently. Do you understand now why I chose to keep you here tonight? I struggled to find words. You wanted me to see the truth of your court, the weight of your rule? She nodded slowly. And more. To understand, human, you must see not only the power I wield, but the responsibility it carries. Few humans would endure this chamber, this energy, this connection. I swallowed, finally understanding a fraction of the burden she carried. I will do my best, Your Majesty, I said, my voice steadier now. Her gaze softened, ever so slightly. Good. And yet, do not mistake my teaching for mercy. Tonight is not comfort. Tonight is trial. A sudden surge from the conduits caused the lights to flare. Sparks leapt, and I jumped back instinctively. She moved with impossible speed, placing her hands on the controls, stabilizing the flow. I watched, awestruck, as the human and alien efforts intertwined, working in tandem though I barely understood the system. Hours slipped by. I repaired the final conduit, and as I straightened, exhausted, she spoke again. You have done well, human. But your true test is not repair, it is comprehension. You must understand the weight of power, the isolation of command, and the solitude that comes with it. I nodded, sensing the gravity of her words. I think I understand, Your Majesty. She stepped back, her presence still imposing but somehow less threatening. Perhaps. Tonight, you were not merely a repairman. You were a witness to the truth of my reign. She paused, her emerald eyes studying me as though peering into my very essence. Few survive the night without breaking. You have endured. I exhaled, relief and exhaustion mingling. Thank you, Your Majesty. She gave a faint, enigmatic smile. Do not thank me. Remember this night, human. Not because of what you endured, but because of what you learned. The dawn approached, and with it, a strange quiet filled the chamber. The door, which had been locked all night, now shimmered, and she gestured. You may leave. I hesitated, realizing that in some ways, I did not want to leave. I had come seeking a repair job, but I had witnessed something far greater, an alien ruler's strength, burden, and the singular will that shaped a galaxy. As I stepped through the door and back into the broader corridors of the palace, I glanced over my shoulder. The alien queen watched me with those unyielding emerald eyes, and for a brief moment, there was understanding between human and queen, across the gulf of species and power. And I knew that nothing in my life, in any galaxy, would ever be the same again.